Alright guys, welcome to your Raw review. Now I've got to say first hand, this show really bored me. To me, this show was just really boring. Fell flat to me, and it was really hard getting through it. I had to skip a lot of parts. I just was not interested in the show at all. But first of all, we have a Ultimate Warrior tribute. It started off really nice with the paying tribute to Ultimate Warrior because of his passing on Tuesday. It's nice that they pay the tribute. They had the 10 count bell ringing. Had the bell ringing 10 times. And throughout the show, you had themes of the Ultimate Warrior. You had video packages from what he did, back in the late 80s, in the 90s. You even had tributes from the superstars. I mean, Ziggler would wear a shirt. There was quite a few wrestlers wearing their shirts, the Ultimate Warrior shirts. You had the Usos, one of the Uso members doing that to the ropes. So it was a theme of the Ultimate Warrior, and that's really nice to see. It kicked off straight away with the first segment. After that, we actually have this this tournament, this Intercontinental Championship tournament, which is whoever wins will face Big E at Extreme Rules. Looking forward to that. I'm glad they're actually doing something. It's really simple. The tournament is easy to set up. It's simple to do, and it can involve a lot of guys who don't normally get featured on WWE. In the first match, we had RVD versus Del Rio. RVD wins. We don't have a talking segment to open the show. We had the Ultimate Warrior, then we had a match, which was nice. Just to get in there rather than you have the Authority come out and do the same thing every single week, because it gets boring at the time. Repeating stuff just can get boring, and it was nice to see a match was featured straight away. And there was a lot of matches we had on the show as well, which I think was good. So after that we come to, I say the matches, having a lot of matches is good, but some of them just bored me. But after that we come to, and this one bored me as well, Rybacksel versus the Rhodes Brothers. Rybacksel wins. Where are the direction for Rybacksel? Where's the direction for the Rhodes Brothers? We wanted to have the Rhodes Brothers, Goldust and Cody Rhodes to face off at WrestleMania, and they just completely dropped the ball on that. And it's just sad to see now. They've got nothing to do. These two teams, they've got nothing to do. There's no direction. It's just a lack of organisation, in my opinion. So yeah, this match sucked as well. After that, we come to Paige versus Alicia Fox. You should get a proper match from Paige. I've seen her in NXT. I like her in NXT. I just think that she's. I don't think she's being booked that well in the WWE right now. I mean, I didn't like her debut last week. For the purposes of her being very intimidated by AJ Lee. She comes across like a anti-diva, yet she didn't act like that last week when she started crying and bawling her eyes out and was like, "No, I can't face you." Where's the character, the commitment of the character throughout the whole WWE product? I don't know, but hopefully she grows on me. I mean, the Raw was live in Birmingham as well. This is UK. This is where Paige, it's her home country, and I thought the crowd throughout the whole show sucked. I'm from UK. The crowd was crap. I mean, you compare that crowd to last week. The crowd sucked. So it was disappointing. Paige gets the win. Hopefully, put her in a good spot. Hopefully, we're going to get her an Extreme Rules match for Paige and AJ Lee. Hopefully, they can have a good program together and a good women's feud, because that's what we really need. After that, we come to Orton and Batista versus the Usos. What went down last week. In the end, you have the Shield who attack Orton and Batista. Just carried on throughout to the last segment, the show, to the main event. We'll get to that. But yeah, you have the Shield attacking Orton and Batista. They get the upper hand on this match. After that, you have Cesaro versus Henry. This is one of the Intercontinental Championship tournaments. Cesaro versus Henry. You have Paul Heyman come out. He just reminds everyone of Undertaker losing the streak. That was quite funny. You then have basically the King of the Swing. That is the tagline for Cesaro at the minute, King of Swing. This match, wasn't really long. Cesaro gets the neutralizer on Mark Henry. It was a nice feat of strength moment for Cesaro. You know, Cesaro, in my opinion, I could really see him going far in the WWE. I'd like to see him as a top star, a top heel, top babyface. I don't care, because what they're doing right now is better for Cesaro, because you know him being stuck with Jack Swagger. Yeah, the real Americans the real Americans gimmick just sucked. He's in a better spot now. He's aligned with Paul Heyman, who was a heel manager. Are they trying to make Cesaro a heel? I don't know. That's what I think they're trying to do with Cesaro now. I would have liked to see him as a babyface, but it looks like they're going for a heel with him now. Especially him facing Henry as well for the first match. But Cesaro gets the win. It's a nice feat of strength. I really do like Cesaro. After that, you have Rusev versus Xavier Woods. Rusev wins. Then you have the confrontation between R-Truth and Rusev. Kicks Truth. That was the match. You know, I know what they're doing with Rusev. They're building him up strong. As they should. But I've seen this gimmick so many times. It's just boring, in my opinion. You know, I want to see an entertaining guy. You just have Lana saying the same old stuff. And then Xavier doesn't bring anything to the table apart from wrestling. And the matches, I mean, I've watched them in NXT. I mean, if you see one match of his, you've seen them all. It's just very repetitive. And something what reminds me of repetitive is Del Rio. You know, his matches, people moan at him because his matches were boring. That's what I feel like with Rusev. It's just boring to me. Doesn't really bring anything new to the table. I've seen it. Remember Vladimir Kozlov, you know? Anyway, after that, you had Swagger versus Sheamus, which was for the tournament. Sheamus wins. Kind of missed this match, but Sheamus gets the win here. So Swagger's out. We're not going to have Swagger versus Antonio Cesaro, which I think they're going to probably have Extreme Rules. I thought they were going to have Swagger win this one. You could have had Cesaro come out, try and cost Swagger the match, but Swagger actually gets the win. I don't know, something like that. But they didn't do anything to hype up their feud in this show. After that, you have Damien Sandow coming down. He's trying to cut a promo. They have Big Show coming down. Sandow says he deserves the fans' votes. You know, he deserves it. I think Sandow deserves it. You know, they dropped the ball on him since he lost to Cena. You know, he's politic bitching ass. We'll get to Cena soon. But, yeah, you end up having a show like this. You know, not giving a crap, and then he just punches him. This just sucked. It just sucked. You know, get Big Show off. Put Damien Sandow in a good spot in the WWE. It's just garbage. Something else which is garbage, right, was this segment. You know, it started off really good. It was Wyatt who come down, break us a promo, really good promo. Calls out Cena, and when you call out Cena, you know it's going to go right down to the bottom. It's going to suck. So you have John Cena trying to cut one of these stupid, funny promos, which we've seen so many times, and you know what? I never laugh at them. I never have. He ends up saying, I like to have fun. You like to have fun. You know, like me. You know, just sucking up to the crowd like usual. Yeah, he ends up showing some really stupid pictures of Bray Wyatt's sister, his mum, and a new member of the Wyatt family. The guy sucks. John Cena sucks. I mean, remember last week, John Cena was scared of him, and now he's coming out, and he's like this tough guy who can just bring on a joke. The guy's a rip-off. He can't take it seriously. I mean, the psychology of this guy is terrible. It fucking sucks. He's an absolute embarrassment to pro wrestling, the whole product of WWE. It's just terrible. You know, this is why I feel embarrassed to what put on WWE, because you have this guy, this politician, kiss-ass bitch, who comes down to the ring and props up these unfunny jokes to a guy who is very intense, who has some believability to him, and is an intense character, you know, someone who, as wrestling fans, can get behind, because he's intense, he's different, he's unique. He's a badass, he comes across like a badass, and then you get this complete jelly bean of John Cena, This fucking Fruit Loop. I just don't care about it anymore. You know, I just don't care about it. Anyway, he issues a challenge at Extreme Rules inside a cage. You know, I just don't care. I just don't care because he's involved. Anyway, after that, you have Fandango and Layla. They beat Emma and Santino. Kind of annoyed me because I like Emma. And I think she should be booked a bit more strongly. She should be feuding, I think, Paige, because they did that in NXT. But, you know, we'll have Emma with Santino and have her job. Yeah, it's just disappointing. Just disappointing. After that, you have Dolph Ziggler versus Wade Barrett. Barrett wins. You know, again, we're in UK. Barrett's from UK. Didn't get anything. Last week, he got a massive pop. Barrett gets the win here. Ziggler, I don't know what they're doing with him now. Go somewhere else, Ziggler, because you're not being booked strong. You're not being booked right. You know, I do like Dolph Ziggler. I think he should be booked better in WWE, but they're not doing anything with him. Go TNA. You know, why not? After that, we had the Shield versus pretty much the heel locker room. They build up the Shield, and then something which was a nice... I mean, it was a nice bit of the show where you have Evolution's music hit. You have Randy Orton, Triple H, and Batista coming out. It was quite nostalgic. It's quite nostalgic because I remember watching Evolution back in the day. You know, 2004 period, 2003. You know, that period of time. It's quite nostalgic. They come down and they beat up the Shield. So I think we're getting a program with them heading into Extreme Rules. We also had this hint of Kane coming back with the mask on. He's going to have to face Daniel Bryan or something. So maybe they're teasing for Daniel Bryan versus Kane at Extreme Rules. And then the Shield versus Evolution at Extreme Rules. Or we're going to get Evolution and Kane versus the Shield and Daniel Bryan. You know, it depends what way they're going to go. But it's quite interesting. The last segment was good. Some of the matches were okay. A lot of them were bad. I like that they did the tribute to Ultimate Warrior. The Cena stuff sucked. It really did. I couldn't stand it. It made me so angry. It really did make me angry. The Sandow stuff made me angry as well because it was a guy who I really liked back in the day, you know, a couple of years ago, and they've just dropped the ball on him. You know, he had a very good gimmick, and now it's just, you know, Big Show coming down. Doesn't say a word. Looks not even bothered in the slightest. Just punches him, and that's it. What do I want to watch that for? You know, this, in my opinion, this Raw sucked. This sucked big time. I wasn't impressed one bit. You know, last week's Raw was good because it was a show after WrestleMania. And then you go to this show and it just sucked. I like the Intercontinental Championship tournament as well. He said doing a mid-card feud and they're building up to that. I like that. It's simple, you know, WWE. But now this Raw sucked. It was just bad. It was really bad. I hope this really was much more entertaining because I felt more entertained in doing this than watching Raw because Raw dragged. It was boring. It was lame. Embarrassing to watch at times. Especially John Cena. I've had enough of him. I've had enough. Hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Until next time, see ya.